We're about a week and a half into the new year. How are you doing? I am just curious if you have made resolutions, goals, when you made those, how they're going. For me personally, I have done episodes on this before. I am not as much of a resolution person. I'm more of a habit person. So in the new year, things that I'm focusing on are habits that I'd like to change and are realistic to implement into my daily routine so that I can reach the goals that I want to long term. For example, I'm not a resolution of I'm not going to eat any sweets or I'm never going to drink carbonated beverages or something like that. I more might be like, if I love sweets, which thankfully I don't, but I know a lot of people who do, I'm going to have dessert twice a week. And so you start to regulate frequency. You could also have portion of what you're going to work on is your portion control. So maybe instead of having a bowl of ice cream, right? Maybe you have half a cup. And so now instead of using the bowl that you're eating out of as the measurer, you're being more consistent with your portion control. So I hope that makes sense with kind of tweaking. But I want to talk today about this new year, how it's going for you, what you want it to look like, and no matter how these first few days or week and a half has gone for you, how you can still set yourself up for success. So let's dive in. Are you too busy to prep healthy meals? Do you feel self-conscious about your body and your clothes not fitting right, but you don't have time to work out? Does your life feel unorganized and messy? Do you wish you had routines and habits that made health simple, even with your busy schedule? I know, I've been there. Hi, I'm Shannon Marquita, and no one ever really taught me how to eat healthy. I didn't know anything about nutrition, so I found myself eating whatever was easy, which definitely impacted my energy, weight, and focus. That's why I created this podcast, to show you that through healthy habits and time management, you can know you're doing health right. So stop scrolling social, clicking the ads, and buying all the things. Let's grab our Americano and pop in our AirPods. It's time to solve the real problem together. Welcome home. A fresh start awaits. A new year is really exciting for a lot of reasons. It just feels like a fresh start all around. It can be with goals, resolutions, habits, priorities, anything. People tend to write them down, make a vision board, declare them publicly. Any way that works for you is the right way. But what I want to talk about today is how to set yourself up for success long term, because it's really often the case that at the beginning of the year, especially, or the beginning of a month, we are gung-ho. We are like, this is what we're doing. We're making all these changes and it seems really great until we get a little bit into it and realize it's hard. It's harder than we thought it would be. And the reason it's hard is because we, one, try to do too much at once, and we can't change our whole lives overnight. And so we become overwhelmed, we feel like it's not actually feasible, and then we throw in the towel and we're right back where we started, thinking, well, this is just how it is or how it's going to be. And that's not the case. We just didn't set ourselves up for success with the right focus and steps and how to have long-term success instead of quick results, which is what a lot of us are used to. I'm not going to lie. I love Amazon. Sometimes I can get things same day, overnight, next day, but that's not how a lot of these results work for our lives because they take longer to implement. So what I want to talk about is first, coming up with a theme. What I found really helpful over the last few years is every new year, I come up with a theme that encompasses what I want to focus on. Now, I don't spend a lot of time on this. It honestly usually just hits me in the face because my brain is so focused on what I'm working on, what I want to achieve, and then it just comes up as a theme. Now, this might not be the case for everybody, so I'm going to share an example where the end of last year, probably like mid-December towards the end, I just really was focusing on like, where do I want to go and what's been holding me back? And the theme that just came to me was hello, goodbye. What does that mean? For me, it meant and means hello to everything that is for me and supports me. Goodbye to everything that is holding me back and unsupportive. Now, for both portions of hello, goodbye, it could be thoughts, actions, boundaries, relationships, habits, literally everything. Anything that you want to implement and say hello to, as well as anything that you need to let go and say goodbye to. Could be unhealthy relationships or friendships. Could be unhealthy habits. Could be needing to reform what I like to call, well, I didn't come up with it. It was, I think, from Joyce Meyer, but what I have adapted and like to call your thought closet. What are the things that we play on repeat to ourselves that need to change? Because those are, I don't know if you ever saw Inside Out 2, which there are mixed reviews, but I am a huge, huge fan. I think they did a phenomenal job portraying the different pieces of emotions and thoughts and self-esteem and just the things that take root because we think about them on replay and it becomes how we view ourselves and our truth. And so we have to reform some of these that formed a long time ago from things we heard people say about us, or how we let someone treat us, or how we viewed others as being treated and thinking that was normal. So whatever it is for you, you could have a completely different theme, but for me, it is for 2025, hello, goodbye. I made a playlist because I absolutely love music. So if you search 2025 hello goodbye and then my name, Shannon Marquita, you should find it. Right now, I only host it on Tidal, Tidal, because I love that app, but I'll create it on Spotify too if you give me a little bit. But that is just kind of my theme and theme playlist for the year because it's really helping me to focus on letting go of needing to please everybody. People pleasing is a very real thing, and a lot of times it's a result of thinking that other people are always more important than you and that you need to earn love constantly. So if someone is disappointed or you let them down for any simple reason, they aren't going to love you or they're going to love you less. And that is so not true. And that's an entire probably podcast series in itself, as well as working on boundaries. And when you say you have certain priorities, but you don't honor them, right, then we need to say goodbye to those thoughts and habits and say hello to the new healthy boundaries that lets you be present in relationships, but also honor what you say is important to you because you and your priorities allow you to work on yourself, improve yourself, and show up better in every other area of your life. So that's just my theme for the year. In past years, it's been presence with a CE. It's been saving, could be saving money, could be trying to save or salvage time instead of, wasting it on things that are really common distractions, right? Could be TV, could be social media, could be literally anything. So a theme is very general, but it is also very personal. So I want to encourage you to take some time and think about, what is your focus this year? It could be all around health, which would be nutrition, movement, your thoughts, all of it. So also relationships. I mean, you pick your theme and then you lay out your priorities and then you figure out what habits you need to form or remove in order to help get you there. And then you just rinse and repeat every single day. So if you have any questions, always please feel free to message me. I would love to chat about your focus, about your questions, what you're viewing as some obstacles, and how to help get you from A to B. It is not a straight and easy path, but it is doable with the right tools and support. So please never hesitate to reach out. I am in the process of redoing our Facebook group online. So for those of you who recently have requested to join, please know that I see you, but I can either admit you and then you'll see everything in there is kind of all over the place right now, or I'm going to finish revamping the group and then you'll get to hop in there shortly and take advantage of all the value that's in there. So I hope you are having a very happy new year. I just pray for you and that whatever needed to be left behind in 2024, that you did not hesitate to leave it there and to walk into this new year just fully embracing yourself, who you're meant to be, all that you have to offer, and just know that you are constantly being thought of and prayed for and supported, And whatever you need, I'm here to be able to be that person for you, help connect you with the right tools and resources, and I want to see you succeed in every area of your life. So Happy New Year, and I will talk to you soon. If this podcast helped, challenged, or inspired you in some way, I would love it if you'd do me a huge favor and leave me a review over on Apple Podcasts. It helps me to hear from you and know how this is best serving you. And go ahead and screenshot this and share it in your stories. Tag me at Shannon Marquita. That's ShannonMarqueta. And send it over to a friend in a text who is ready for healthy changes in her life too. Let her know that this episode might serve her as well. I am just so grateful for you and would love to hear from you. Come hang out and let's connect over in my Facebook group, bit.ly.com/afreshstart, or send me a message. I look forward to seeing you back here in a few days.